Hello everybody. So in this video we are going to learn about class 12 macroeconomics chapter 1. Name of the chapter is circular flow of income. Let us begin. Let us have an overview of the chapter. So first we will be learning about meaning of the lesson, meaning of circular flow of income. Then second is what are the phases which are included in circular flow. Then what are the types of circular flows that we have? What are the type of flows actually we have? Then circular flow in two-sector economy. The next part is circular flow in two-sector economy with financial system. And the last one is importance of circular flow. Overall, this chapter is very easy and it is very short chapter, but very important chapter because a 6 mark question can be expected in exams from this. Let us move on to the meaning of the chapter. So, this name of the chapter, title of the chapter consists of three words circular, then flow, and then income. So, let us break this topic down, this title down of the chapter, and learn about each word and try to understand the meaning of the chapter through its title. So, circular means something having same starting and end point. For example, if we draw a circle, then if I start drawing from this point, then if I make a circle and connect this end point back, then I will get a circle. So starting and the end point is same. So that is something known as circular. So similar thing happens in circular flow of income also. For example, if I similar thing happens in circular flow of income also. The income from where it has generated, it income will flow back to its generation point only. The next word is flow. Flow is something which is not static, which is not static. It is not at that very point for a long time. For example, a flowing river or flowing water from the tap. It is not static. Something which is moving is flow, and income is something that we earn. Okay, so let us connect the words. So income, which flows in a circular manner, is circular flow of income. So this is the very basic meaning of circular flow of income. This is a very basic thing which I have drawn out for you to understand the basic meaning of circular flow. For example, this is you. This is a businesswoman. This person, it gave out salaries to its to FOPs, that is factors of production, namely land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. So it paid out wages and rent and all that. All she made all the factor payments to these factors of production, and this factor of production then gave this money back in a certain form to this businesswoman. So this is a circular flow. That means money which she gave out to factors of production, that money came back to her. In what form it comes and how it comes, that we'll be learning in circular flow of income. Now, the next topic is types of economy. So, there are two types of economy. Economy means, types of economy, there are two types of economy: closed economy and open economy. Closed economy means economy which has no external relations. For example, it does not trades with other countries for exports and imports. So, there is no export or import in a closed economy. That means it has no business relations with the outside world. Whereas in open economy, it is exactly opposite. The country trades with the other countries for the materials, for the things, for the services. So basically, it trades for it. There is export and import of product and goods and services with other countries. So these are the two types of economy that we have. So in this lesson, we will be talking about closed economy. This is an important thing. We will be talking about closed economy. That means there is no business relations with other countries in the world. All the goods and services, exchange of goods and services takes place within the country itself. Now, next is sectors of economy. Sectors. Now, what is the meaning of sectors? Sectors means divisions. Okay, dividing something. Now, what we are dividing? We are dividing economy. So, this is our economy. And when we make divisions of the economy, that is known as sectors of economy. That means people. Economy means an area where people are working and earning a source of living. Okay, so that is an economy. So that working area, okay, is divided into different sectors. That means people, they work in different sectors for earning their money. So the basic meaning is division of economy So the basic meaning of sectors of economy is that division of economy into various sectors. Next, what are the sectors of economy? Now, there are majorly four areas where people work. So, first one constitutes household, second is firms, third is government, and fourth is foreign sector. So, household includes people like you and me. So, these are people who are working. Like, for example, a doctor gives out a service, his or her service. So, that person is a household. Okay, giving out services. Then firms, they help in manufacturing goods and they help in continuous supply of goods. And third one is government. Government, it helps to look after all the sectors of economy and they supply those goods which the household or which the household or firms cannot, which the firms cannot. And fourth one is foreign sector. It enables export and import of goods and it helps also helps in earning foreign exchange. So in this chapter, we'll be focusing only on these two sectors. These two sectors are not included in this chapter, that is two sector economy. These two sectors are not included in two sector economy, whereas these, so we'll be talking about these two sectors only in two sector economy. Two sector economy constitutes of only these two sectors. Then what does each sector provide us? So household, it provides us with factor services, and it also creates demand for goods and services. So it creates demand for goods and services. Firms, what do they provide? So they provide household with income, and it also meets the demand of households. In short form, we write households in HH, capital HH. And third is government. It looks after all sectors, and it also works for welfare of the society. In foreign sector, it facilitates export and import. So export we write in short form as X and import as M. The next are two basic principles of circular flow. There are two principles that are to be kept in mind in a circular flow. So the first one is very simple. The seller or producer receives the same amount that the buyer or consumer spends. That means, for example, if this child, he buys an ice cream and he spends rupees 10, that means he gives the shopkeeper rupees 10. So if this child is giving rupees 10 to the shopkeeper, this shopkeeper will also receive the same amount. That means the shopkeeper will also receive rupees 10. Okay, so there will be no 1 rupee more or 1 rupee less, that exchange of, there will be no exchange of 1 rupee more or 1 rupee less between this child and the shopkeeper. So this is very simple, and it is very obvious too. And now the next principle is goods and services flow in one direction and money payments to get these goods flow in opposite direction. Now what does this mean? This is a doctor and she provides her services to this patient. Okay, he's a bit injured, so all the plaster and all is done. So this doctor provides her service to this patient, and in return, this patient gives out money to this doctor. So there is exchange of money and services in opposite direction. If this doctor is providing services in this direction, then money payment flows in this direction. So there is goods and services. So the flow of goods and services and money takes place in opposite direction. There will be no same direction, that is, doctor will give out services also and will also give money to this patient. No, this never happens. Okay, this is also very obvious and a basic thing that we see in everyday life. Next is phases of circular flow. Now this is important. This can be asked as a 2 to 3 mark question. So mark this as important. So there are three phases of circular flow. First one is production, second is distribution, and third is distribution. Let us learn. So here you can see pictures over here. This is a factory being shown, this is something which is being divided distributed, and this is a person who has bought something. Okay, so basic idea you can guess from these pictures also. Just pause this video and take a guess, what does the phases of circular flow mean, or what meaning do they convey. Okay, now let me in detail put out the meaning of these three phases of circular flow. So first phase is production phase. Production, that means something is being produced, something is being generated. So here in this sector, production of goods and services. So what important thing happens is production of goods and services by using factor services of land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. That's factor services provided by household. So these are the four services which are provided by household: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. So these are four services provided, and collectively we call it factor services. These are provided by household, and goods and services produced by them. They help in production of goods and services to firms. Okay, they provide the factor services, they help in production of goods and services to these firms, and then these goods and services produced are sold in the market and income is generated from it. Okay, they sell, firms sell these goods and services, and then income is generated. So what generation is taking place? Income is generated, and goods and services are produced and income generated. So these are the two basic keywords that you must know. Goods and services are produced and income is generated. So this phase is also known as generation phase, because something is being generated. What is being generated? Income. And how it is generated? By production of goods and services. Next phase is distribution phase. Distribution means something which is being distributed. Okay, something distribution. For example, if there is a birthday boy or a birthday girl in your class, and she or he brings a box of chocolates, so those chocolates are being distributed among the students. So that is something known as distribution. Bantna, if we say in Hindi. So what will be distributed here in circular flow? Obviously, money, income, which is being generated in this flow, in this phase, it will be distributed among factors of production, because they have given out their services. So in return of their services which they have given to firm pays them money or their income. Okay, so in this phase, entire income generated. So important word here is not income generated, not is entire. It is entire. That means entire. Not a single penny is being retained by the firms in form of retained earnings, or just as a part to keep to save. Not even a single penny is saved by the firms here. The entire income which is generated in two sector flow is distributed among the FOPs. For example, if income of rupees 100 was generated by firms, this entire 100 rupees will be divided into these factors of production. That means land will be given rent, laborers will be given wages, capital will be given interest, and entrepreneur will be given profit. So this entire 100 rupees will be divided among these four sectors, FOPs, that is factors of production. So this is distribution phase. Now next phase is disposition phase. Disposition phase, that means dispose means something you're disposing of. That means कि रख दिया कि फेंक नहीं दिया. Here disposition happens of income, that means you're disposing it off. Okay, so here FOPs spend entire income. Now here also entire income is being spent. Here the entire income is distributed, and here entire income which the FOPs earn uh, is disposed of by these factors of production and purchase of goods and services. Okay, so here they produce goods and services, then here they earn income, and here in this sector, in this phase, they give out their entire income in purchase of goods and services. So this person worked out a lot. He did a lot of hard work in the entire month, and then he spent his entire income, did not save a single penny, and spent his entire income in purchase of these goods and services. Also known as spending phase or expenditure phase, because some expenditure is happening, some expense is happening in this phase, or there is some spending which is happening in this phase. So these are the three phases of circular flow. These three phases of circular flow helps in forming two sector circular flow in two sector economy. So this is a basic flow chart. This is production or generation phase. Then there is distribution phase and there is disposition phase. So always and always the cycle flows in this direction. There will be production, then there will be distribution, and then there will be disposition. Okay. Next is types of circular flow. There are two types of flows which we find in a circular flow. Two types of flows happening simultaneously in circular flow. First one is real flow and second is money flow. So money flow we can understand from the meaning itself that there is flow of some money here. But here what does this real flow means? Real means something goods and services which we can feel or touch. They are being exchanged or they are flowing in they are flowing in a circular manner. So real flow. Let us first learn about the real flow. Real flow, it refers to flow of goods and services among sectors of economy. So there is flow of goods and services. There is no money. There is no term like money mentioned here. There is only flow of goods and services which are happening in real flow. These are real as it involves actual flow of goods and services. It is known as real because it involves actual flow of goods and services. Okay, among sectors. Here, difficulties of barter system may arise. Barter system, that means commodities exchange for commodity. If, for example, a person is having rice and any other person is having wheat and they both want each other's product, so they will exchange their products. The person having rice will give his rice to person having wheat, and the person having wheat will give his wheat to person having rice. So this is commodity to commodity exchange. This is basic barter system. So here only goods and there is only flow of goods and services which is being involved. For example, if a person does slavery for a person, and then in return he gets some groceries, so that is barter system because there is exchange of goods and services only. There is no exchange of money. So this is real flow. Then, for example, here in circular flow, what kind of real flow happens? This is a laborer. This laborer provides factor services to these firms, to this firm. Okay, he is working here in this, for example, this is ABC Limited. ABC Limited, and he's working day and night here in this firm, and he's providing his factor services. In return, what this firm will provide this laborer is goods and services, whatever the firm produces, not what he wants, but what the goods and services which are being produced here. So this is real flow. The next is money flow. Money flow, from the name the name itself suggests that there is flow of money. So goods and services are produced and exchanged for money. Okay, so here goods and services are produced, but they are exchanged for money. That means first you will have to give up money, and then goods and services will be delivered to you. This is also known as nominal flow, as there is no real flow, no actual flow of goods and services is involved. Okay, for money it is exchange. It is not exchange for commodity to commodity. There is no commodity to commodity exchange here. It is commodity to money exchange. That is why it is known as nominal flow. Example for this is, suppose this is again a laborer. This laborer is working, and this laborer is providing factor services, and this for providing these factor services, this laborer receives money as money for factor services this person gives out. Okay, this is the money he receives. Now this money, he spends this money on purchase of goods and services, spends this money on purchase of goods and services. So for here, purchase of goods and services, this person has to give out money that he has earned. He's not directly getting goods and services. He has to first deliver his services, convert his hard work into money, and then this money will buy him these goods and services. So there is a kind of intermediary which is coming in place. That is money. That intermediary role is played by money, which he earns, and like this, in this manner, the money which was being given by firms, given by firm to this person, that is this laborer, it goes back to the firms. Okay, so this is the end of first lecture of circular flow of income. More will be continuing this in the next lecture. Thank you for watching.